Hey guys, it's Jackie from Cruising the Sierra Farm, and this video is going to be a lot different than the norm. I am away from the homestead currently, and up in the mountains where my son is working out baseball stuff, and so we're going to go on a trek afterwards. So anyway, I have some downtime in the truck to do a completely different video than I'm used to and that you're going to be used to. And I'm going to be real with you guys. It's taken me a few days to be able to actually do this video. I even have family members that don't quite know about this yet, just because it was devastating. And if you've been following, you know that Dita and Duke had their second litter a few days ago. And she had 8, and one of those 8 was stillborn. The rest were healthy as could be. At least that's the way they appeared. And unfortunately, I'm here to tell you that we lost all 7 the very following day, or it could have been the day that they were born. I believe they were born at night, and the morning that we found them, they had been born the night before. Anyway, I'm not exactly sure why, but I took the time to really sit and think about all the different reasons it could have been. But again, I don't have a for sure. And I can only tell you what I visualized, and then the research that I've done since. And so here's the deal. I went out, found them that morning, made sure that obviously there was the one dead, so we got the one dead out, and they were all wiggling around doing well. And for those of you who might want to comment on here saying it was because I touched them, that's absolutely false. But anyway, here's what I visualized. That morning, normal amount of fur pulled, and everything looked good. Big little bellies, active, and then we left them alone for the day with their mama. And then the very next morning, when I went out to do my chores like I normally do, where I check on everybody, give fresh water, food, water all my seedlings, etc., I went to check on them again, because that's what you need to do. If there's any more dead ones in the nesting box, you need to get them out. It could cause lots more issues if you don't. So I went to do that, and I reached into the cage and, reached into the cage to turn the nesting box so that it was kind of facing me and I could see what I was doing. And when I did so, I was astonished at how much more fur Dita had pulled since having them. And the odd thing to me was that they were completely uncovered. The fur was all pushed to the sides of the nesting box, and which left a little hole at the back where they were all birthed, wide open. And I thought that was really odd. And so I looked at her and I said, my goodness, girl, like you got bald spots on the side of your teats. And anyway, I proceeded to reach in to grab a kit to pull it out, make sure that everything was good. And the first one that I pulled out was limp as could be, and just devastated me. I was like, oh no, what's happening here? So I set it down and I reached in, and each one that I reached in to grab was limp and cold to the touch. I then panicked and I called my girlfriend down the road. And I said, here's the situation. What are your thoughts? And she said, well, I've always been told that don't give up on a cold, limp bunny. You know, you can warm them up and possibly save them. So I pulled the entire nesting box out and we got it into the sun. And of course I made like a wall out of her fur to keep the sun from shining directly on them, because they're born without any fur. I didn't want them to get sunburned, but I wanted them to warm up. So left them there for a bit, and it warmed them up, but nothing. No movement, no noise, no nothing. So I left them there for a little while longer, did some research, and when I came back to check on them again, they were nice and warm, still nothing. And I happened to look down, and there was, on one of them, there was a little bit of blood-tinged liquid coming from the nostril of one of them. And I was like, uh-oh, what's that mean? So I did the research, and turns out that that is a sign of hyperthermia, which means that they maybe got too hot. Our temps were in the 80s, and I guess with the temps and the amount of fur that she pulled, this, like, I'm blown away that she felt as though she needed to pull more fur and really just cover them in the, well, of course they were left uncovered, but why did she go in and pull more fur after they were born? Anyway, I'm just not sure, but, you know, it shook me to the core that here, you know, I had high hopes for this litter, been looking for a buck. My homesteader friend that I called is looking for a new buck from my litter. And I had other customers. And, you know, I'm just trying to be real with you guys here. Homesteading is super, I mean, it's not difficult, but it's emotionally draining sometimes and physically draining sometimes because of the work you have to put in. But, I mean, it's not hard. But I guess mainly, you know, just being devastated about this and trying to figure out why makes it hard. And I don't know if it's something she did, if it was just inevitable. I mean, I don't know, to go from a really healthy looking litter to the next day, all of them are dead. It didn't drop below 50. So for, you know, the coolest temps, I don't know. It would be helpful if any of you have experienced the hyperthermia. You know, let me know in the comments. If you've had things that have been helpful. You know, one of the things that I got to thinking, like, could the nesting box, because we built it ourselves, it was made out of 1/2-inch plywood. It's heavy as hell. It probably needed to be only like a 1/4 inch. But yeah, if you've had this experience, or have you had doe pull so much fur that it overheats them, I just don't know. And then it makes you wonder, do I retire her and not try to breed her again? Like, you know, her first true litter, live litter I should say, was 5 and only 3 survived, 3 girls. I just don't know, but I wanted to be real with you guys in case, you know, somebody asked me, how are the bunnies doing? I gotta be real with people so that, you know, transparency is everything. And, you know, homesteading and this lifestyle isn't meant for everybody. It's definitely been a learning process for me. And anyway, just devastated. And I'm not really sure which direction to go from here. Do I wait until, do I obtain a buck outside of, you know, the one that I have, and then start working with Dita's daughters, the 3 that we have, when they're old enough? Obviously wait till the fall when the temps aren't too hot. Anyway, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts, if you've gone through this same thing. You know, part of me was curious as if the wood shavings, because I didn't do that the last litter, but I put wood shavings down at the bottom. They weren't cedar or anything, just pine shavings. I put them down in the bottom of the nesting box in the effort to absorb the pee while the kits were little. And in with the rest of their bedding material, that's normal. And then I reached out, you know, to my girlfriend Jennifer to ask her, you know, if could it have been my fault because of doing that. And she says no. I mean, myself and lots of other people I know do the same thing, and we've never had that issue. So I don't know. Anyway, so hopefully, you know, obviously I've learned a lesson. I'm just not quite sure what it is until, you know, I can know for sure what happened. And I'm not sure that I will know for sure what happened, but I can only go off what I saw and what I experienced. Anyway, just being real with you, and we'll give Dita a break for sure through the rest of the summer. And then we'll decide probably in the fall what we're going to do for sure. I have reached out to a few people on obtaining a buck outside of the farm, and waiting until Dita's girls are old enough. Anyway, you all have a great day, and I will talk to you and see you on the next video. Until next time.